welcome to the Teic.ie review of the Samsung Ping communicator. So I've shown you some of the basic functions in the first impressions video that we had up a couple of weeks ago. So I'm just going to give you a full review now. Just a quick guide through the phone itself. You can see it's quite a small little 2-inch screen. Has alphanumeric keys going all the way up the sides, so rather than it being in the traditional format, it's just a row of buttons. All your usual hang up, call, and so on buttons, directional pad. There is a camera button on the sides, a 2 megapixel camera, and that's your jack there, which acts for your charger, USB, headphones, all that kind of stuff, and volume buttons on the side as well. On the back there's the 2 megapixel camera, and also a self-shot kind of mirror, so you can take pictures of yourself. And most importantly of all, it has this slide out QWERTY keyboard for easy texting and messaging and so on. So the phone is very much aimed at people who would text a lot rather than make calls, but also people who would be on a lot of social networks. So it has built-in integration with Facebook, Bebo, Fring, MySpace, and a few others, photo communities like PhotoBucket, Flickr and so on. And that's kind of what the whole idea of it is. It's small, very light, compact and so on. As you can see, it's quite a girly phone as well, especially this pink model. And the idea is that it's just for people who would mainly text rather than call, although it does obviously take and make calls. To that end, you can see that when you slide out the QWERTY keyboard, it jumps straight into the create message window. So you can start texting straight away, and if you scroll across, you can have a look through your various communities that you might be connected to, Facebook, Friendster and so on. So to that end, it actually works really well. The keyboard is a nice size. It is very much targeted at texters and probably more females than males, but the keyboard is actually a decent enough size, so even people with bigger hands would probably be able to use it quite well. The phone itself feels a bit plasticky. It's a bit light, and I'll be certain that you can see all the silver paint and the pink paint, that would start to peel away quite easily. But in saying that, it doesn't feel like the phone itself is going to fall apart. It might just get a bit scuffed looking very, very easily. One major gripe that I have, and I have this with all phones that do this, is that while there is an MP3 player and something that they promote a lot, there's no regular headphone jack. You have to use a little adapter that plugs in here, and then you plug your headphones into that. So it means you're carrying an extra cable around with you. You can't just pick up a pair of headphones and listen to music on it. That kind of thing. Samsung tend to do it a lot. Thankfully they've started to put regular headphone jacks in, but not on this particular model. Other than that, you can see yourself that the if I just unlock it there, the phone itself has you can select different kind of fonts and so on, and this one is kind of an unusual looking font. It's very kind of squiggly and I suppose fun looking kind of, and the menus match that as well. There are a couple of different themes. There's one that's a little bit more boy-y, and then there's one or two other ones as well. But that's really it. I mean, it's the menu options and so on are very much like Samsung, as you may be able to see yourself if you just jump through. From what I can see, however, this phone doesn't have built-in Wi-Fi on it, which I think is a major flaw for something that would be used a lot to connect to the likes of Facebook, and it would probably be used a lot by people who would be on pay-as-you-go as well, so they wouldn't have data packages. The end result basically is that there are people who will be using this phone getting €10 top-ups and probably using a lot of it up very, very easily, just chatting to people, updating their status, uploading photos and all that kind of thing. But in terms of a cheap, text-heavy kind of phone, it is pretty good. It's kind of up there with the LG equivalent, which has been quite popular. This one would probably be a little bit smaller, a little bit lighter. Arguably maybe a little bit kind of more cutesy and kind of girl-orientated. But that's really it. As I said, it's really is a phone that isn't for a lot of people. A lot of people won't like it. And I mean, even trying to dial numbers on this, or you can text using the alphanumeric keys, but if you were to try, you'd be kind of wasting your time really, and be very, very frustrating to try and use that. But as I said, it does have a very limited appeal, I think, and I'd say a lot of people would want to steer clear of it. But if you're into texting a lot and you're continually going online to check your Facebook page, then this may be the phone for you. That's all from Teic.ie. Stay tuned to the YouTube page and to our website for more reviews and features and so on the site.